YouTube, what is going on, man? Wealthy Jerry back with another video, and today I have my boy Carlos. You can say something.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right, yeah, man. So today, we're gonna be talking about a plethora of things, but the main topic will be how to overcome difficulty and challenges. All right, do you want to start it off with the first main point?
Yeah, sure, let's do it. Okay. All right, so today we're going to talk about first how pain is a teacher, and yeah. So what's an example that you've had where pain has taught you something difficult, like really difficult pain?
I would like to give an example first. So, you know the little black Marine shirts that we have.
Yeah.
So on the back, what do they say?
Shoot, I don't think I paid attention.
All right, so basically it says pain is weakness leaving the body.
Oh, that one. Okay.
So, with the saying pain is a teacher, I would like to think of it as anytime you go through something pain wise, something that hurts, you know what I'm saying? Just say you're studying for a test, you're stressed out about this test. Just think of it as a diamond being hardened. Every diamond has to be pressed in order for it to come out as a diamond. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what's the time where like you were feeling like some pain, man, like some hard pain?
A time I was feeling some pain.
Worst time ever.
I would definitely say being a senior in high school and not knowing what the next step would be. You know, I made a lot of bad decisions in high school. It was part of me that wanted to go to college, but then there was part of me that did not want to go to college because I knew I would be doing the same old things. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like, yo, I'm disappointed in my family. I really didn't know what to do. But that pain that I was getting from all the stress, the bad things, it made me make a grown man decision and to join the Marines. And I went through pain in boot camp. You know, it was a lot of stress, fatigue, muscle strains, all that good stuff. But I feel like after the pain, there was sunshine on the other side, and I feel like it made me who I am today. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. What about you? What moment in your life that you feel like you went through a lot of pain that made you a different person?
So I think something that's always interesting to talk about is like boot camp, right? So the one time where we went in the gas chamber, that was like, that was probably the first time where I was like, shoot, I don't know if I can do this. So we walk into this like really dark room and it's filled with gas. We have our gas mask on and somebody immediately starts screaming while they're in there because the seal wasn't in there. So immediately he's feeling the gas going through his nostrils. And so he tries to run out the door and the drill instructor, let's just say he kept him from going out the door. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, shoot. I was like kind of excited and because of the gas, I was like, I wonder what it feels like. It's not going to kill me. And so I just try to test myself. I'm like, okay, let's see if I can withstand this gas. And so I breathe in and I just start, oh my gosh, coughing up a lung. And
I learned that day.
Yeah, I learned. I was like, I'm not going to do that again. There's absolutely no reason as to why I would ever want to breathe in CS gas again. But what got me through it was looking around and that platoon, you know, everybody in there, they became my brothers. And I saw them struggling too. And I was like, how am I about to give up when my brothers are struggling and suffering along with me?
Everybody was going through the same exact pain, bro.
Yeah, everybody was going through it. And then another time was when I did the swim instructor course, the McQuist course, and we had to do these brick pushes at the bottom of the pool. So we got a 10-pound rubber brick, and we're like scraping it across the bottom of the pool, and you can't come up until the next person goes down, has two hands on the brick, and then you can let go. And so you're under 11 feet of water pushing that. You feel all the pressure. I even got a bloody nose from that. It was terrible. Wow, and I just remember like I was pushing the brick and I see like dark blue caving in. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never experienced this before. But that's just like, at that point when you're in that kind of, there's not much room to think. And I think it's your habits that get you through it. It's like, are you going to keep a strong mindset or not? Are you going to think about the fact that everybody else is suffering along with you, or are you going to be an individual? Are you going to think about the fact that, like, hey, there's like, you trust in your abilities or not? Because then at the end of the day, that's what gets you through it. Like, you don't have a lot of time to think during those times of pain.
That's true.
Yeah. And I think I'll share a third one was the half Ironman that I did, because that one was pain, dude. I felt pain 7 miles into the run.
7 miles.
And
bro.
I still had another, 6.1 to go. And my hips were giving out, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But again, I think it's that strong mindset that you have to have. Because I remember thinking to myself, since I started the race, I was like, this is exactly where I wanted to be. The day has finally come. And I could not be any happier. Exactly. Because this is what I've been training for the past 10 months, So how can I complain about this pain? So it just taught me, like, this is exactly where I want to be. And once I was done, it was like, that pain was, like, worth it. It's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, it showed you how to persevere. Like, the pain, you know what I'm saying? I'll put it like this. Suffering produces perseverance. I'll say suffering produces perseverance. So, like, any bad thing that we go through in life, we have to take it as a good thing and know that on the other side, we have learned to persevere. So in the future, when that same thing comes back up, we know how to deal with it better.
You've been there before.
Exactly. So we can move on to the next point, and how to stay disciplined when you feel unmotivated. So I know there's been times, like, when you've been at work, you know what I'm saying, the repetition has got to you, you know what I'm saying, like, you don't maybe want to do it anymore. How do you stay disciplined when those times come around?
Yeah. So there's times where I'm at work and, I see, when I'd be at work and I get there and I was having a good morning, we had PT at 5 in the morning, and then we walk in and there's not much to do at work, and it's just a very slow day. And it just feels like it's just draining me. Yeah. And that happened for a pretty long time when I was a Lance Corporal. And for me, I focused on school. I focused on other things. But I just, I needed to find something bigger than that. And that became my half Ironman training, dude, because it feels like I'm a freaking superhero. I get to suit up. I get to drive my little Batmobile right here. And it's like I look forward to that. And that makes, like, that makes my job or whatever makes me feel unmotivated such, like, a small part of my day. Right. So then you just make it really, really small, and you're like, I have all these other things to be grateful for. I like that. But also, like, sometimes I'll be at the pool, and when I was training by myself, I was just like, man, I really do not want to do this next set. I feel like I didn't eat enough. I didn't sleep enough. I need an energy drink, whatever. But dude, the way to break that is to, again, have your brothers around you. Because now I have people who train with me, and it's like, it doesn't matter how I feel. Everybody else is going to do this next set, and how am I going to be the only one not to do it? Right. So I think surrounding yourself by people who are, iron sharpens iron, and that's exactly what you have to do. And I think it's a great thing to work on yourself and make yourself 1% better each day. But if you can make somebody else 10% better in one day, like, you're doing more, So sure. I think that's how you stay motivated. You help those around you, and they also help you. Because if you're the example, now you actually have to walk the walk,
For sure. I want to answer this question by saying you have to find your why. You kind of already answered that for me, but in life, you can't go about your day. You can't go months and years without having or finding your true purpose or why you do the things that you do. So with that being said, if you have, like, family, a girlfriend, your parents, brothers, sisters that you want to inspire, that you want to help get better in life, you have to think about that in times when you feel unmotivated, and that will also help you stay disciplined. If your purpose in life is to help others, if your purpose in life is to spread knowledge, then you have to remember that when the times you're not motivated,
So now, what about people who play the victim card? The people who say like, "Oh well, it's not my fault because they're doing this, this, and this, and I can't do what I have to do because of them." I really think that it's such a terrible way to respond to the world, you know. And it's usually those people too that are just like judging everybody else and blaming them for their shortcomings or in a way where they can be better. So what do you have to say about like people who play the victim card or like, I don't know, just don't take responsibility for that?
Well, to people who play the victim, you have to remember that it's nobody's fault but yours. No matter what cards you're dealt in this world, it's your path. So stop comparing yourself, your life to others. It's your story. So will you just sit under the bridge and let everything bad to you keep hindering you from your purpose, from you getting better at life? Or will you respond to that in a good way and say, hey, anything that has happened to me or my family or my life in the past, I will not let it define me, but I will just come back stronger and overcome it. You feel what I'm saying? What about you? What do you think?
For people who, yeah, just becoming a victim is the worst thing you can do because you're basically becoming helpless. You don't want to become helpless. You want to be able to find a way, even though like it might be really hard. Because if you just end up just sitting there, throwing up your hands and saying like, oh well, I can't do this because X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. It's definitely not going to get you there. But if you say like, whoa, what if I try this? What if I try that? Exactly. What if I reach out to somebody who can help me? Like that's the best thing you can do in that scenario. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the next point is, so what do you, how do you keep going when you have nobody else to support you? Like maybe, you know, you're kind of in your room or in your house, whatever, you come home from work and there's nobody really there to like keep you motivated or disciplined or keep you on track. Like, you know, we experience this during federal holidays sometimes when you have nothing to do. We get some time off and it's like, man, what do I do with myself? How do you end up going to the gym, and how do you keep training for something and have a strong purpose when maybe, you know, you feel kind of alone or something?
Yeah, so I'll put it like this, bro. You're not the only one. Anytime you feel lonely, just know that you're not the only one, and that moment will pass, no matter if it's good or bad. So any lonely moment that you have, just remember that this too shall pass. So what I like to do in those times of loneliness, I still like to regularly, you know what I'm saying, carry out my routine. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, going to the gym, eating good foods, you know what I'm saying, reading, maybe talking to my family. Because I'm not going to say that you can overcome loneliness just by staying alone. You have to kind of go out your way, put your pride to the side, and go talk to that person if it's needed. But just remember, like I just said, that moment will pass. So try not to harp on it too much. You know what I'm saying? Go outside, get some fresh air, go for a run, you know what I'm saying? Hit the gym, lift some weights, and yeah, bro, I promise you it'll pass. You want to add anything to that?
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
So, something happened in my life where I was really forced to get comfortable with being alone. Mm-hmm. And I do think that like loneliness, a great way to combat that is spending some time with yourself. Mm-hmm. Like what I did was, so I would just, something that was really meditative and therapeutic for me was coloring. It sounds like, you know, little kid stuff, but it was something that I could actively do and just let my mind like process all this stuff. Right. And then I realized I'm like, there's a lot of stuff that I can do, like even if it's just cooking myself a meal or something, that is just about discipline, and you don't need other people for that. So it just kind of taught me like there's a difference between isolation and being alone and being lonely. There's complete difference. That's what I texted you, right?
Yeah, facts. Solitude over loneliness, bro.
Yes. Say it again.
That's kind of how we have to think about it, bro. Solitude over loneliness, bro. You have to be okay with being in your own shell, bro. Like, that's the only way that you can kind of keep going in this life, bro. If you can be okay with being by yourself, do the same things that you do with everybody else, but doing those things by yourself, bro, you're gonna go far in this life.
Yeah, and then to add to that, like after, you know, the my greatest accomplishment to date was that half Ironman, and it just felt like after I was done with it, it felt like I didn't need anything else to be happy. Like I was so ecstatic, and then I started to realize when I lived my life that way, when I realized I have everything I could possibly need to be happy, everything else becomes extra. All the people in your life become extra. Anything good that happens is just like such a gift from God, because God has already given you everything you need to be happy within yourself. Absolutely. So like everything is just such a huge gift after you realize that you have everything you need to be happy. Yeah. So
another thing I want to add to this, bro. So we're talking about overcoming difficulty and challenges, bro. But a lot of times we have to think people go through a lot of worser things. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about a plethora of things, bro, like third world countries, you know what I'm saying? But like you just said, bro, everything in this life that we actually have, we have to count our blessings, bro, because we're not going to be here forever. And a lot of people don't have the things that we have. So we just have to be grateful for what we have. With that being said, we can move on to the next point, and it will be how fitness builds your mental strength. So yeah, you can kick that off right quick. You know, that's a big one, bro. It's a big one, bro. It's a big one.
So how physical fitness builds your mental strength. There have been times where I have been on that bike or in the pool or running, and it feels like my legs shut off. It feels like my body is just completely exhausted. Right. And then my mind gets to that part too. It feels like my mind is just trying to process so much pain, so much exertion, so much effort that it almost goes numb. And then I realize that that's kind of like almost a coping mechanism, because then if you're able to push while you have taken on all of this pain, and it's just like to the point where you don't even feel it anymore. Like you can either give into the exhaustion or understand that like your body is a freaking machine and you can keep going. Absolutely. Like you can so obviously you shouldn't ignore the fact that like if you're dehydrated or you're cramping up or you're going to get injured, like definitely don't ignore that, but do ignore that biological mechanism in your body that's telling you like, stop, this is painful, whatever. Like you need that pain in order to grow, and that's what builds physical or mental toughness. Because there's times when I'm in the pool and maybe I don't know, I'm just running out of gas, man. It feels like, but then at the end of the day, I realize like you can still push through, and yeah, it really builds up your mindset.
I like that, bro. I want to add on to this. So this past summer, I was in 29 Palms. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like a military base out in the middle of nowhere in California. You're in the desert. And so you kind of have nothing to really lean on, but, you know what I'm saying, God and physical fitness for real. And coming to the end of that training exercise, me and my buddy, we wanted to do something for 9/11. So we said, yo, bro, let's do 90 burpees and 11 miles. Dang. And so the whole day, or like leading up to 9/11, we was just talking about it or whatever. That same day, you know what I'm saying, we got our like workout in at the gym or whatever. I'm a little sore. I'm kind of doubting myself before we even do the run. Like, bro, do I really want to do this, bro? And so it was we started around like at 9 p.m. at night, bro, on some random. He was like, yo, bro.
Cold? Does it get cold in the desert?
In the summertime, it was about 60, 70 degrees at night. So it wasn't bad. It was perfect weather. So, yeah, bro, my bro, he was like, yo, bro, let's do the 11 miles. I was saying, no, bro, I'm sore. But he kind of, you know what I'm saying, edged me peer pressure me to do it or whatever. And I was like, yeah, let's get it, bro. If you're going to do it, I'll do it. So just doing those 11 miles, bro, I feel like with each mile, it got easier, bro. So I'll put it like this. My body it started to break down by mile 3, mile 4. We was doing the burpees in between each mile or whatever. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't know if I can keep going, but we brought our water with us. And yeah, bro, like I kind of had to go to that place in my mind thinking, yo, God has brought me this far. Like he's let me transform into the person that I am today. I had to think about like my family, you know what I'm saying? The good things, the things that I'm grateful for. All the people that actually passed away in the 9/11, they don't have their lives anymore, all because of, you know what I'm saying, one person or one bad thing. But I have my life, you know what I'm saying. I can run. That's what I was thinking about. I can run. I can exercise. So things like that kind of got me through that run. How the physical part got me to build my mental strength with that run. And after the run, I felt like I can do any 3 mile, 5 mile. Like it actually came easy to me. Like now I can go outside and run 3 miles without a shadow of a doubt, and I won't really care, bro. But yeah, bro, I feel like that is how fitness has built my mental strength. Yeah.
I think. Can I come up with a point? I kind of wanted to ask you what's a time in your life. So that was one. I don't know. Is there any other time in your life where you just get to that point where you're working out and you just go absolutely animalistic, like you're like, man, I feel so powerful right now, I want to destroy anything in front of me? Like, do you have any other examples of that?
Yeah, bro, I actually kind of do. So I was actually in the gym about a month or two ago with one of my buddies, bro, and like the thing that we have to look at with other people is people that are better than us. We shouldn't be envy of them, but we should want to aspire to be like them if it's something that you know what I'm saying, we want to take part in our life, with is in the gym, you know what I'm saying, getting stronger, getting a better physique. We should be inspired by that. And so we was deadlifting or whatever, bro. I never really deadlift in my life. I probably deadlift like 100 pounds or something like that. And we just kept going up. In that session, bro, he kept telling me, bro, you're strong, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do this, bro. Let's go. Come on. And yeah, bro, that same day I ended up deadlifting like 365 pounds. Like I was praying with each lift, bro. Like I was like, God, help me do this. And my boy, he was just right there, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it, let's go. And you kind of need those people in your life, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, that was just one of the strongest, or like, I wouldn't say worst, but yeah, bro, like after that session, bro, I was in pain, but yeah, bro, we overcame it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I earned it, bro. I earned it. Yeah.
I did kind of want to share a story because, yeah, there's times when I just, oh man, I get to the point where I just want to destroy, I want to destroy what's in front of me. And I remember there was this time where I had a run and I was on the phone with my friend and we were just kind of talking, making some plans or whatever, but it was during a speed workout and probably not the best time to talk, but I was just still getting it in.
For sure.
And so I'm dropping thresholds, which is basically a zone 4, like going a 4 out of 6, so probably like going 75, 80%. And so I'm running and I have like 3 of them and I'm just like talking to myself and saying like every step I take I get stronger and stronger. I don't slow down. I get faster as time goes on. I don't lose. I keep going. And it was like that internal conversation, it was just like fueled me so hard. And it was just like once I saw the pace dropping, it was like I was speaking it into existence. And so I've heard this thing that abracadabra, the word abracadabra and magic. So I think they got it from a Hebrew word or whatever sentence that it means as I create, or as I speak, I create.
You want me to search that up right quick?
Yeah, look it up. So what does abracadabra mean? What's it say? It says, it's commonly used as a magical formula incantation. Its most widely cited origin is the Aramaic phrase, I create as I speak. And that just got me in that mindset where it was like, if you speak something into existence, it's like you have to have the confidence enough to be able to accept it into your life. And then you have to have the confidence in yourself and belief in yourself to reach that thing. So if you speak it, like if I say I'm gonna run whatever, how many miles tomorrow, and I tell my friends about it, I've got this race or whatever, like you're not gonna back out of that, because now you've got that pressure. And I think that people don't, if people can get away with things, if people like can get out of things, they will. If they're not held accountable, basically. But if you speak something into existence, it's like, now if you're saying it's going to happen, like it's that law of attraction, So I started to have different kinds of conversations with myself. Like maybe I don't feel so confident today, but like I'm still going to say that I am. I'm still going to say like, no matter what happens, even if I make a mistake, I'm still like competent. I'm still a good leader. I'm still, so people can disagree with that, but at the end of the day, what matters is like what I believe in myself, not what other people. But,
absolutely, bro.
Yeah,
bro. I love that, bro. What you just said was amazing, bro. The thing when you said what you speak to yourself about, bro. We have to learn to like be able to talk to ourselves in a good way and stop like actually but wait, before this, bro, I gotta like cite this verse, bro. You probably already know it. Proverbs. All right. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So basically what it's saying is anything good that you speak about yourself, you will eat the fruit of it. But if it's bad, you will also eat that bad fruit. So if you're telling yourself, no, I can't do this, I hate myself, you know what I'm saying? Oh, da. That's what you're kind of conjuring in your life. And instead of saying, oh, I can do this, bro, I'm an amazing person, I'm kind, you know what I'm saying, I can inspire others. That's what you will conjure in your life if you speak it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, bro. But moving on to this next the last and final topic, why comfort is killing your potential. So do you want to start this off, or
yeah, comfort comfort kills your potential because it destroys your opportunity to reach for something greater. Like I know a lot of people who are incredible Marines, and so you can get promoted two ways in the Marine Corps: a meritorious board, which is basically like a Marine beauty pageant, pretty much. It's a competition. You got to look good. You got to know your stuff. You got to be able to speak. Confidence is key. It's a very difficult thing to do. And then there's also like the time in service. You have to have enough time, and you have to have enough like your grades, pretty much how your performance evaluations have to be there. And I've told people like, hey, you know what, like you should try to hop on a meritorious board, and they say like, no, that's not me. Like, yeah, I don't, it's not, I'm not that kind of Marine. Like, it's just, that seemed like too much work, or like it's because you want to stay comfortable. Exactly, like I was so uncomfortable when I was on there, man. It felt like I was on a roller coaster for like 20 minutes straight. No, like an hour straight. It was really like there's nothing like a meritorious board, because you come in, you sit down, and they're staring right at you, and they are picking apart every single little thing. The way that you sit down, you have to sit down a certain way, you have to speak a certain way, you can't be looking around, you can't smile, you have to keep your bearings, and it's just like not comfortable at all. But at the end, after everything's said and done, like, if you win those meritorious boards, it was all worth it. That comfort was worth it. And even if you don't win, now you're more familiar with something else. You're outside your comfort zone. You know how you respond to that kind of stress. But yeah, what about you?
Yeah, man, you couldn't really have said it any better, but I will say you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's the only way that you can kind of persevere. And you know what I'm saying, just think about how each situation that you can kind of take some of that stress off of each situation or the difficulty or challenge that you go through, just being comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I feel like comfort is killing people's potential. Like you said, bro, people don't want, or they don't see the bar that they can actually get to. people don't see that the potential that they actually have because they're just comfortable with where they're at. But once you get out of that comfort zone, you have that buddy, you know what I'm saying, that friend to push you to a new limit, bro. You can actually see that side of yourself that you can actually achieve something greater every day. And I think that's the beauty of it, bro. Just wanting to get 1% better every day, like you said, bro. And yeah.
I do have kind of something to say too. This is kind of a thought that I had a while back, and it really focused. I was praying hard that day, and it kind of just hit me. Like you said, we don't really see how great we are as people and individuals, and I think that's a good thing because, if we put it in God's perspective, so God brought His only Son, and He died for us. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, if I could see what God sees in me, I would be walking around like I was God Himself.
Exactly.
Because can you imagine, saying, "I will send my Son for you, so He dies in your place." Like, if we could see how God sees us, like it'd be game over, you know.
Yeah.
And so I kind of see it as a gift. I see the insecurity. I see being doubting yourself sometimes as a good thing, because it's like it does give you a little bit of humility at the end of the day.
Yep.
But you also have to have that faith in God that He sees something incredible in you, and you have all these incredible things about you. So you have to reach for the blessings that He's trying to give you.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Yeah, man. I just love what you just said, bro. To sum it all up, bro, the points that we gave was kind of something that you can take with you to overcome any challenge, you know what I'm saying, any bad thing that you're going through in life. Just take it with you. I promise it'll help you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we've talked about was something that you can use in your life, or some knowledge that you could give another person to help them in any difficulty that they're going through, bro. And I just hope you guys are having a good day. You know what I'm saying? Spread some knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Say a prayer for others. And yeah, bro.
I just want to say thanks for doing this with me, man.
Absolutely,
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
With us starting off, with social media and stuff, I'm excited to see where this goes, and I'm excited to keep training with you and for the time that I have left. But yeah, man. So thank you for that.
Yeah, bro.